Hello, a drop of Chassidut for Parashat Bo, the third portion of Exodus. In this parasha, we read about a very interesting and intriguing negotiation between Pharaoh on the one hand and Moses and Aaron on the other hand. Moshe and Aaron insist that all the nation of Israel needs to be liberated, needs to have the freedom to go and celebrate in the desert. And they tell to Pharaoh very strongly and firmly that he must allow all of them to live, the elderly, the women, and even the flocks and the herds. Pharaoh tries to negotiate, and in each of the 3 plagues that are described in our portion, the last 3 out of the 10 plagues, he suggests first that only the men will live, then he allows also the women and children to join them, and lastly he suggests that all the nation can live apart from the flocks and the herds. Just leave your animals behind and go. And we see that Moses and Aaron do not agree to that, and they require an unconditional surrender from Pharaoh, which is what they receive from him after the last 10th plague. The question is, why do Moses and Aaron insist so much on taking the flocks and herds with them? And the answer to that is given to us by what happened at the end of World War II in 1945. We know that during this war, Japan was a very strong empire. They were fiercely fighting against the Americans. And when they finally decided to surrender, they didn't want to surrender without some preliminary conditions. The Americans insisted on an unconditional surrender. And to achieve that, they even required using the atom bomb twice. Only when Japan was ready to surrender unconditionally did the Americans agree to end the war. Why is that? The message here is very clear. Moses understands that without an unconditional surrender of Egypt, the whole issue can come back again, can haunt the people of Israel, because it requires an unconditional surrender of the enemy. To win, to have a full victory, you must unconditionally win over your enemy. And the message sounds loud and clear for every Jew, every time, every generation. It is relevant for our days also. Without an unconditional surrender of the enemy, they might still feel as if they have some, even partial success. And this is something that we cannot agree to.